Welcome once again to Musings by Danon. As I'm sure you can tell from my catalog of videos, I'm a big fan of not only romance series, but also the fantasy genre. And when the two come together, I really enjoy it. Though not traditional epic fantasy, stories with a bit of magic in them, like time slipping, are also something I enjoy. At least, if they're done well. And the subject of today's video is well done. I'm talking about The Revenge of My Youth, Re-Life with an Angelic Girl. Available now over on Bookwalker, link down below. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Imagine you got the chance to do it all over again. You spent your life coasting, getting decent grades, but not great. Going to an okay college, but not a good one. Eventually, the only job you can find is the most toxic place imaginable. The only peace you get is in your dreams, and you dream of your misspent youth and the girl you never confessed to. You remember her coming up to you in the library, asking you about light novels. You see, she'd read one, but she forgot the title. So she went to the store to try to find it, but there were just so many of them, so she got overwhelmed. Maybe you know it. Of course you know it. You track it down and hand it to her, and with a smile that can make the flowers bloom, you fell hopelessly in love. But it was all a dream. Awakening, our main character, Shinichiro Nihama, finds that he fell asleep at his desk. It is past 1 a.m., but he's still working. Every day, his life is filled with unrealistic expectations from clients, unpaid overtime, and uncaring bosses who only communicate through screaming. As he sits there, late at night, bemoaning his fate, Nihama realizes that everything wrong in his life is all his fault. He's a lazy coward who always takes the easiest path. He never confessed to the girl he liked, never stood up to his bosses when they bullied him, capitulated to overbearing clients. Rage boils over, but it's a self-directed rage. If only he hadn't wasted his youth, then his angel, Haraka Shojin, wouldn't have committed suicide after being bullied. His mother wouldn't have worked herself to an early grave, and his life wouldn't be garbage. Pain fills Nihama's chest. He clutches at his failing heart and keels over. The last thing he remembers is Haruka's face, only to wake up in his bed. How did he get home? Is this the hospital? Wait, this isn't my apartment. This is my old room at my mom's house. Nihama figures out that he's time-slipped. He pulls out his phone to check the date, noting that it's a flip phone rather than a smartphone. It is 14 years ago. He's still in high school, but more importantly, he realizes that his mother is still alive. Instantly, the tears start coming. Of course, his mother has no idea why he's acting this way and tells him to go eat breakfast. On his way to school, Nihama notices how everything is exactly how it used to be, down to the old corner store. He takes his time in order to do some self-reflection. He's got the chance to do it all over again. This time, he's going to do it right. He had so many regrets in his previous life, but now he has the chance to correct them. Nihama will brighten his formerly gray life. He'll improve himself and get revenge on his past self. After all, success is the best revenge. But there was something he was forgetting. Oh yeah, her. Nihama traveled through time just to see her again. Saving his mom and putting his life back on track were just a bonus. In his last life, they never got to have a happily ever after. But he was going to change that this time. This time, he would save her. Let me explain. Shojin Haraka is a good, kind girl, but a bit of an airhead. She doesn't realize how beautiful she is and is kind to both boys and girls. Of course, this makes some girls very jealous. Her father was the wealthy CEO of a national bookstore chain, and his daughter wound up with a degree and was successful in her own field. But there are always people who are judgmental and jealous. Her father's company one day collapsed, so he wasn't able to support her in her time of need, and she eventually took her own life. The news shattered Nihama, but this time, he will protect her. If nothing else, he will be a light in her world. Shojin notices something different about Nihama. For some reason, he's more outspoken. He's not mumbling responses, but talking to her and meeting her gaze. She's a bit taken aback by this sudden change. Nihama tells her he changed because of her. which is a half-truth. He changed because he had to. When you work, you have to meet with people. Clients, coworkers, bosses. You have to look them in the eye when you talk to them. So while he may have learned social skills as an adult, and he's now using those skills to talk to her face-to-face, he's got his new life because of her. Now, this series is a slow-burn romance. Nihama worshipped Shojin when he was a youth, and she was always a bright spot in his life. But were his feelings romantic, or was it just admiration? Is she an unattainable flower on a high cliff? Or his future wife? Well, if you want to find out, you'll have to read The Revenge of My Youth, A Re-Life with an Angelic Girl, available now over on Bookwalker. Link down below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. There are several tiers to choose from. You can pick an anime or manga for me to do a video about, or you can join our monthly manga club. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgie, Nazwin, Konga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Naffy, Noodle, Tiz, Art, Richard, Devin, Sint, Boomy, Freya, and Jackie. You guys are awesome. I post new manga videos often, or you can click here to watch additional videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Musings by Danon.